I'm Ron James. This is a Bigger Question Special Edition. We're here to talk about Travis, the true story of Travis Walton, with filmmaker Jen Stein. Jen, thank you.
Thanks for having me, Ron.
Tell us about the film.
The film is a dynamic, true story of the Travis Walton event that has not really been told in a documentary format ever before.
Now, for those that aren't familiar with Travis and his story, give us a quick outline of what happened to Travis.
Well, Travis was a little brave and got a little too close to a UFO in the Sitgreaves National Forest in 1975. He went missing for 5 days. The people who were with him were accused of murdering him. It became a homicide story, a UFO story, and a missing person story all in one. It was very well documented, and it's continued to stand the test of time as being one of the most well-documented UFO stories of all time.
And of course, the story's been made into a feature film. It's been the subject of many debates, and now finally you feel like you're telling the real story for the way Travis would like it to be told.
I am. I've worked very closely with Travis, trying to share the experiences he's had over 40 years. He underwent a lot of personal ridicule, and many doors were not open to him in his life that might have otherwise been had he not had this event. So it's an in-depth journey with Travis and the other men and the police and all the people who were involved in the story that we've been able to interview, with archived footage as well, some wonderful CGI, some reenactments. And for anyone who'd like to know the in-depth story and haven't had the chance to read Travis's book, maybe this will encourage them to read the book and share the film with their friends.
Well, this is really exciting. It's been a long time coming, and now we're going to take a look at a clip.
Perfect.
It was a terrifying experience, you know. I imagine the most shook up one was probably Steve. He was only like 17. I think he actually lied about his age to get the job out there.
Yeah, I was 17, so I was the kid. I thought we was going to go to jail for murder.
There was times I was saying we need to go back. There was times I was saying we need to go get help, you know. I mean, it went back, everybody was going back and forth, you know, in their own minds and between each other. When we got back there and we looked around the area and we couldn't find Travis, that's when it hit Mike. Mike and Travis were best buddies then, you know, and stuff, and I think he felt really bad about taking off and leaving him like that.
We came off the mountain after we was looking for Travis and we couldn't find him. And we pulled in there and Kenny got out and called the sheriff's department.
I think Kenny just told him it was a missing person. He didn't tell him what was up, you know.
It didn't come directly to me, it came to a deputy sheriff in Heber who called me on the phone, and then he gave me a little more detail on it about you guys coming in from the woods and something got your attention.
A few minutes after we parked out in front of the station here, Deputy Ellison arrived. 3 of us volunteered right away to get in his car with him and tell him what had happened. He says that he didn't believe us or disbelieve us. You know, he was going to be neutral, but before we went up on the hill to radio, for him to radio the sheriff, we better be certain.
What the hell happened to this young man? How is it that he could just disappear?
We're a rough looking bunch then, you know, and a bunch of us out there with chainsaws and that, and some conflicts here and there, you know. So they just immediately started assuming, well, they killed this guy, you know, because they weren't going to believe that wild story we were telling them.
The police, and no one can blame them, had to look at the much more obvious real-world possibility that these hard-working, tough blue-collar guys, even though they were friends, there was a falling out, there was a fight, an argument, and one way or another, Travis lost his life. The body was hidden.
Wow. So we're coming up on the 40-year anniversary of when this happened.
That's right, 40 years ago. And that's partly why I'm making the film, to coincide with a wonderful conference that's going to take place in Heber, Arizona, to commemorate the exact date. November 5th, 2015 will be 40 years to the day of the event.
Now, where can people go to find out more about the film and keep up with the story?
If they visit the TravisWaltonMovie.com, they can learn more about the film, or they can go to my website, onwingsproductions.com, and learn about what's the ongoing background story about the film.
Once again, the film is Travis, the true story of Travis Walton. I'm Ron James, and this has been a Bigger Questions special edition.
Thank you.